What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine?
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Atreus. I'm coming at you with another Ninja Nerds and Ninjas. What the hell? Let me start that over. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Ninjas and Nerds and News segment of the channel. I am your host, Atreus. Follow me on Twitter at Atreus_Max. Add me on Rumble if you prefer to use Rumble. Let's go ahead and jump into the news. We're still on our way to 5K subs, guys. Hit the like button, the subscribe button. But we got to continue to roast Mindy Kaling, whatever the hell her name is. She has been trending like literally for over a week now because her show Velma, the spinoff of our beloved Scooby-Doo series from our childhood, and the show is trash. All right, it's obvious that she's projecting onto this show, but she gets exposed by Twitter in a way that I didn't see coming. Old clips have surfaced. I don't know how old this is, but let me just play it for y'all. Let me just play this for y'all, right?
Real gentleman. He came on the show and we had to do this flashback sequence where we were in bed together in college. Mm-hmm. And we're just supposed to be having a conversation, but like he's so tall and he's so handsome that in the middle of it he was just supposed to be like, "What do you think, Mindy?" And I was like, and I looked around and I improvised kissing him in the scene, which was not in the script.
It's not that. See, you just went for it. You just started kissing that guy. That picture, yeah.
He was just looming. He was looming above me.
Yeah.
And he asked me a question. I was not listening to him at all because who cares what he was saying? And I was just like, and then he reacted like that, and I pretended it didn't happen. And then I walked backstage. We have two writer-producers, Ike Barinholtz and David Dawson, and they were like, "Hey man, what are you doing? You could be sued for that." And I got very scared. And then I said, "Tell anyone and you're fired." Real gentleman.
Did you hear what she just said? Did you hear what she just said? She said she blatantly, without permission, kissed a man, pretended it didn't happen, and when she was told she could be sued for that, she told her, she told the folks that if you say anything about it, you'll be fired. Now, notice she said that live on TV, and nobody was like, "Bitch, what?" Like everybody laughed, like it was funny. Imagine if imagine a white man saying that. Any kind of man, but more specifically a white man. But as a woman in this country, in Western society, you can get up and say whatever you want, no accountability. But then it gets worse. It gets worse. I'm assuming this is from Reddit or now I don't know if this is Reddit or whatever the case may be, but if you read this person says there was an episode of her old sitcom. I believe it was the Mindy Project, but it might have been a different show. The point is, it's a show in which she was the star producer, in which James Franco, I'm pretty sure, but I get him mixed up with some other actors, guest stars as a really good-looking guy that everyone lusts after. In one scene, he gets really drunk. A female character, can't remember who, only that she wasn't Mindy, encounters him in his drunken stupor in the hallway of her apartment building, looks up and down the hall, grabs him by the lapel, drags him into her apartment, and shuts the door. We're supposed to conclude that she's decided to take advantage of a good-looking drunk guy and have sex with him. Ha ha. That's known as date rape. Date rape. And if the genders were reversed, it wouldn't have been funny at all. When it happened, I tweeted at Kaling to point this out, and her response was to block me. She clearly thinks that sexual assault can be made into a joke when it's a woman on a man. Hello. Somebody says, I found this write-up about the episode, but the site has pop-ups galore, so I'll just cut and paste the relevant language. In an effort to win back her office and nickname the original Dr. L, Mindy Kaling challenges the new Dr. L, Franco, to shots off. Mindy knows Dr. L is a lightweight and that she can beat him. thus securing her place at the office. After peer pressuring him into the game and beating him, Mindy feels guilty and helps the incoherently drunken Dr. L back to his apartment. She kisses him, but that is apparently irrelevant now. She leaves Dr. L at the front door, and that's when things get interesting. Danny's ex, Christina, shows up a little while later to drop off some stuff for Danny, since she still has a key to the apartment, and she helps the still drunk Dr. L into the apartment. As she's helping in, he apologizes for Danny ruining her life. The next morning, it's made very clear that the two had sex. When it all comes out at the office, Dr. L confesses that if he hadn't been so drunk, he never would have done it. And that, dear readers, is where some fans are taking offense. If Dr. L was that drunk, was he really in the right mind to consent to sex? Some viewers think that he wasn't, which means that Dr. L was raped. And many viewers are unhappy about how the situation was handled. So, Mindy Kaling, whatever her name is clearly okay. So let's go ahead and illustrate this woman. This is a South Asian woman who clearly has insecurities about herself, her culture, and she has a serious lust for tall, white, dark, and handsome men. That's what she likes. She likes her white men, tall, with dark hair and all of that. And she's likely projecting and saying and doing all of this extra stuff because she's never been chosen by a white man like she thinks she should have. That's the only way to explain why she thinks she have the audacity to think that she can just kiss a man without his permission and then threaten to fire people for if they say anything about it. Then to write a scene, to approve of a scene or write a scene where a woman takes advantage of a drunken man who cannot consent to sex and who already said in the show itself that if he wasn't drunk, he wouldn't have done it. That's clearly great. But yet, she's allowed to get away with it because not only is she a woman, but she's a South Asian woman of color. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So Mindy Kaling is disgusting. She is an insecure South Asian woman who wishes she could be with a white man, but can't get one. And so in order to project her insecurities onto us, she takes a show that we love dearly, an IP that we love dearly, and writes this bullshit. It's ridiculous. She's been getting roasted for over a week. And apparently, I've heard that they've already Mindy Kaling's brother, I faked being black to get into medical school. What? You what? Anyway, but I've heard they already greenlit season 2, which means I think they're trolling. There's no way you could have seen this response and said, let's go ahead with season 2. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I'll talk to y'all a little bit later.
Let's go. Hey. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Yeah. Slide to the crib, look like Dracula's mansion, my baby.